5:30. Welcome, everyone. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Yes, sir. Ms. Cordova,
Here.
Mr. Davis,
Here.
Mr. Lopez,
Here.
Mr. Merrick,
Here.
Ms. Parker,
Here.
Mr. Rackler,
Here.
Mr. Robinson,
Here.
Mr. Self,
Here.
and Mayor Miller.
Present.
All accounted for, we have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Everybody, please rise. Mayor Pro Tem Cordova is going to lead us in invocation and I'll lead us in the pledge.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us here today. We want to ask that you enter into our meeting and give us sound minds to make decisions for our community that are pleasing to you and to our citizens. We ask blessings upon all of the candidates that are running tonight, as they will find out tonight who steps into their new roles. In your holy name we pray for all things good. Amen.
Amen. Will you please, before we do this, I want to say something. You know how we always do the Sleep of the New Mexico fan, like this, right? So I'm having a conversation with John one day. We already done this?
John. Failure.
His mother's the one that wrote.
Well, she said she didn't write that.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
No, what he said is it's like this, and right at the end for United is when you bring your hand to your heart. That's John gave me a good lecture on that. Anyway, on the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendships among the United cultures.
I go to Rotary.
Oh, he gave me a long talk about that whole process at one point. All right. Our first item is public comment. Public has the opportunity to provide comment on subjects regarding city business during the public comment period. Speakers' comments will be limited to 3 minutes unless the mayor and/or councilors request more information. The time limit is given in an effort to allow public input, but also to move the agenda forward in a prompt yet efficient manner. All speakers must sign in at the beginning of the meeting. Topics are limited to 6 speakers per topic. Public comments are not meant to resolve speakers' issues. However, speakers may be redirected to the appropriate city department for further assistance. A time will start as soon as the speaker addresses the mayor and council members. When the limit of 3 minutes is reached, the city clerk or deputy clerk will verbally declare time. I have 2 people on the list. Mr. Lentini, we haven't seen you in a while. Come forward, state your name.
Yeah, every time we come, you guys are already done. You see this? Joe Lentini, 909 South Avenue Way. I gotta bring my son here to help me get in here. You need automatic doors. I have one of those walkers and I can't get in here. You need automatic doors. Press the button, you get in. The senior center also. How do you get in there to eat if you can't open the door? That's gotta be changed. Us old people mean something, you know? The streets, the lines, they're really bad, especially by Farmers Market going down D. I had to have a police officer help me get to my house because I couldn't see the lines. I was going like this. That's no good. I'm gonna get killed or kill somebody. Who's in charge of the sidewalks and the driveways in this town? Is it the owner of the house? Is it the city? Because I can't use my walker, the sidewalks are broke. I ain't falling no more, I'm sick of that. I was in a hospital, cracked my head open. We need sweepers. Where I am on A, between 9th and University, there's rocks all over the place, and they need to be swept out. Somebody's gotta bring that machine. The last time we were swept was 24 in the summer. That's a year and a half ago. And like I said, the potholes, you can't just patch the potholes. You gotta start paving these streets. And we have a lot of empty buildings. Aaron's is now empty. The church on South Avenue Way, I think it's Third, that's empty for 10 years since I've been here. The football stadium on 70. You gotta get somebody to buy something, do something with them. Let's build this place up a little. There's no newspapers here. No TV stations. Nothing is going to be on TV about what everybody says here tonight. It's like where they threw us away. And is it possible to get a newspaper here? We had one. What was it? It was here in Clovis. Did they just leave and we don't get their papers no more neither? This is ridiculous. Okay, last but not least, in New York and in Florida, where I came from before here, we usually say happy bird. But I guess you all over here say happy Thanksgiving. I'm saying it to all of you and everybody here. Have a great and healthy Thanksgiving, Christmas, and hopefully a great New Year's. Better than the one I had, because like I said, I fell, cracked my head open, got 10 staples, fell again, cracked 3 ribs, and I can't even walk no more. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Ms. Linda Davis.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. I've left you with an invitation in front of you. We would like to invite you all to the Roundup for Rondo. Our officers in Portales were discussing a way that we could remember Ron Jackson and his service to the community. And so we have organized a trash walk to do on the 15th. Mr. Mitten has graciously said he'd work with us in putting a roll off somewhere that we could load everything into. So we'd like to spread the word for organizations and everyone to come join us. And we will host a hot dog roast afterwards at the bank to feed everybody before the Greyhound game at 1 o'clock. Eastern is also graciously giving us a code so you can get in the games for $5 if you come to the trash walk. So we'd like to invite you all. And I'll leave you with parting words that Ron left every staff meeting with us. And I am quoting Mr. Jackson, close your damn dumpster lids.
Thank you. All right, you got that flyer on your desk, so. Try to remember that. All right, on this very short agenda, our only action item is the approval of the regular meeting October 21st, 2025.
Thank you.
I think that was a motion to approve with a second. So,
Yeah.
is there any questions, corrections, additions? All right, I'm seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Well, we're down to council and staff comments. I'll start with staff and I'll start back on the back row. Officer, do you have anything? You'll be in a minute, or do you have anything else? Okay, Chief Kathy?
Yes, sir. There've been no changes to our staffing or training at this point. 7 of our 11 fire apparatus are in service. All of our ambulances are in service. Last month, we had 286 calls for service. 89% were EMS, 11% were fire, and 83% of those were inside the city limits. Average response times last month for EMS calls was 8.9 minutes and 10.7 minutes for fire. We'll be presenting a staffing plan to the Public Safety Committee on November 20th. So that'll be sent to y'all at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Dispatch.
Thank you, sir. We don't have any changes to our staffing or our training. We do have one in the academy. She graduates on Friday. I'll be attending that with another one of my seniors. Our phone numbers, we've received 1,642 calls for service into dispatch. And then the total number of phone calls we received was 4,781.
Thank you, ma'am. Public Works.
Hello.
Now, I kind of went in a weird order, so for those of you who don't know, Mr. Gallegos is a new hire, new hire, rehire. So he's the Public Works Director, so.
I went in the order, I don't.
So it's officially day 2 for me in public things. So, glad to be back. I know there's a lot of work to do. And I think we've got a great team to move forward. One of my realistic goals or unrealistic goals was to have reuse water in the parks by summer. So it's a lengthy goal, but if I can do it, it'd be great. So I think we can. We're on a great start. Right now, I know I think we had like 4 vacant openings in streets. 1, 2, 3 openings in parks. 1, 2 openings in solid waste. And then we have 1 opening. And for under the water, the clerks. And 3 openings for the water. So, and I got one more thing for y'all. I know I don't have staff and everything, so I apologize for that. But I did have a couple of questions that were asked, so I'd like to bring that out real quick. Street sweeper. I had it taken to City Hall today, and I swept a little bit of the parking lot that's adjacent to us, so I can make sure it works. It works.
Yes.
So, right now, I'm gonna plan to try to get it operational. Hopefully I'll have maybe at least a couple of nights a week. That would be great, but I gotta see how the staffing is and everything else. The dead trees on the medians and Highway 7. They did cut down some of them. They had an issue with, they were just pulling them and there's lines underneath it for the electrical lines, so they had to reevaluate how they did that. They told me it's planned for 8 weeks to get back on those. So hopefully we'll get back on those. Flashing amber light at First Street, Hong Kong. They're gonna check that in the morning. If it's just a bulb, we'll do it. If it's more than that, they'll contact the state and have them do it. It is their sign. Okay, well then. The lights out at US 70 at intersection from Walmart. I gotta do a little bit more digging on that one. I'm not quite sure if I want it, but I should hopefully have an answer for you by next council meeting. And then status of our streets resurfacing project. I know they had an issue with some of the quotes and they had to redo some of the POs, so they did that, but they should start seeing that come back in the next few weeks doing that. So one of the big ones is the little right here on Pat's.
Chicago,
Right there.
between 3rd and
Yeah.
Chicago.
So when I was in the interim, I made a suggestion to Steve that we should probably do a little bit more than resurfacing that thing, so they did some things and now they're gonna resurface it. So that's where we're at with that.
Thank you.
Went from PD to PW, huh?
I sure did, it's a whole different ballpark in here.
IT.
In October, IT did 982 tech tickets that were entered. There were probably more because some of them went by email because we had that big outage on the East Coast. We have done 5 server migrations. We did a brand new phone system install last week. And that's about it.
Thank you. Let's just go HR.
Okay, thank you. So HR is fully staffed, myself and my executive assistant. We're just continuing with our training and just continuing with personnel that we have. Yesterday was a full day for us. We were able to get 4 new employees on board, Public Works, Police, Streets, and an Animal Control Officer. So we're continually getting applicants. The trick or treat, the safe trick or treat was really fun for us, but also was almost more interaction than I get from a job fair. So that was really encouraging to see just, hey, if you know someone who's looking for a job, check out our website. And we had pictures after pictures being taken of our little flyers and things like that. So hopefully we'll see some return on that. And then the last thing that we're doing is just continually looking at our processes and procedures, evaluating how we're doing things so that as we finish up this year, moving into next year, then we'll just continue to improve on things that we already have going, so we can just continue to get better as a city. Thank you.
Thank you. Library.
So we are fully staffed and I'm gonna tell you all the things for the next 2 weeks. Regular children's programs, we have stream and story time. Next Tuesday, we will be closed for Veterans Day, so anything we had normal schedules, that will not happen. And there's a family night on November 19th at 5:15. Anybody is welcome to come to that, all ages. You don't have to bring a family with you, but registration is required. Regular team programs, they have a book discussion on November 5th and a craft on November 12th. For the adults, book clubs, the Wednesday at 1 book club is tomorrow. The Shelf Indulgence Book Club is Thursday at 5:30. The mini scribe that the state library is installing, they're doing that tomorrow afternoon. And then we will have a workshop on Thursday morning at 10:30 for patrons, caregivers, care providers, anybody who has someone who might benefit from that. So if you know anyone who is blind, low vision, print disabilities, they can come in and find out how to use the scribe and apply for the services. We have an adult craft night on November 13th. Paint your own gingerbread houses. Registration is required for that. We have a blood drive. The Blowmobile will be here on November 13th from 12 to 3:30. If anybody's able to do that, we would encourage you to be there for that. And we have a friends meeting on November 19th at noon. We are always looking for new friends. So the friends help us pay for a lot of our extra programs and they help us with fundraising. So if anybody's interested in that, we'd love to have you at that meeting. That's all I've got.
Thank you, ma'am. Community services.
Go kind of fast. I mean, I wasn't up there, so I feel like I should talk a lot, but
Carports.
we should go through it. No carports. Don't start with me, sir. So some of you saw on our Facebook, our animal control passed its final permit. So we're working with the mayor and the chambers to get a ribbon cutting ceremony open. We did have some charity groups that animal welfare come through, the ones who donated the fence, they were in love with the new shelter. They're very excited for it, so keep an eye out for that, and of course, we'll absolutely invite everybody to come by. And we do have an animal control officer who started work, so we have one more position open, not working to fill. Because you will have quite a bit more room for the animal shelter, and then we'll need some extra. Pretty excited though.
We're not delaying the animals going into the shelter waiting for the ribbon cutting ceremony, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so they're going ahead and moving them in and taking care of the animals and the people who work there. But we will do the ribbon cutting ceremony as an official thing, so when the dates line up.
We do have many dogs coming in, so we do need extra room.
How about finance? So,
Good evening. So currently, our finance team has been working on budget adjustments and quarterly reporting. November, we will primarily focus on audit and getting that completed as it'll be due to the state 15th. And then reminder that we have a finance committee meeting this Friday at 8:30 here in the building. And then still our vacancies in our deputy finance director. Hopefully in the next meeting, I'll have the good news.
thank you. How about the clerk?
Hey. Our staffing hasn't changed in the last few months, so we're carrying on as we normally do. We recently attended a week-long New Mexico Clerks Institute where we are accruing over 30 hours of credit in our classes. So that's actually quite a bit to us. It gets us that much further to being CMC certified. So we're excited about that, Melissa and I. We learned a great deal and we're excited to take what we learned and put it into what we do, like take care of our files and manage those better and differently. So I would like to extend an invitation to everybody. If you want to get on the email group list, please let me know. Send me an email at cityclerk@portalisnm.gov, and I will put you on my list for the email group if you want to receive agenda packets. We're still not posting those onto the city website. So if you want one, we can make that happen. I just need to know your email information. And that's all for me.
Thank you. Mr. Mitten.
Super happy to be here. Puts a new addition to my office this week, which I'm really proud of. So for those of you who attended, that was awesome. We went to the wastewater treatment plant and did kind of a cradle to grave, how the influent comes in and works with the bugs and stuff in there, literally the bugs, and gets turned to excfluent, and how the excfluent goes into the effluent, and how the effluent gets turned into the effluent holding pond. So the new addition to my office is on that day, I had to ask the wastewater treatment plant employees to take samples, put them in mason jars that I bought from Ace, and put them up.
No free advertising, okay?
No, I bought them. I'm not advertising. They're horrible. Actually, they don't work that good. But anyway, so I have different samples of the stages on there in there. I'm pretty proud of that. So it shows the raw water coming in, the 3 stages are like dark water, then it gets a little to where it looks like moonshine. So that'll stay there until it either explodes, which I doubt is going to happen, or until I take it with me to my next life somewhere someday. But I think it was a great evolution going out there, taking a look at the wastewater treatment plant, what is really good about it and what can be fixed. But I think it was a great effort. Super proud of the city and city employees. Things are really coming together, clicking. You're going to see some. There's some very positive things happening now, but you're going to see some more systematic approaches to doing things, and more systematic approaches and in progress reviews on projects that are happening, like construction and things like that. In the future, it kind of won't be such a gray area. It'll be a very codified and timeline approach that you'll see the phases of things that are happening. So we're working on that now. So yeah, that's what I have. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir.
But
Let's go to the council and Mr. Rector. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see her back there. Oh, she's hiding. You have anything from emergency management? I couldn't even see you. I apologize. Thank you.
Stuff that we have is with the upcoming winter months, we'll be working with the Monte Legacy Church who does the warming shelter. I'll meet up with them, make sure they have any blankets and cots they need just to help people. They didn't actually have too many visitors last year, but we'll try to work with them to see what they need and help them out with that. As far as risk management goes, at the end of next week, we'll be doing a full tour of all the main facilities of the city. And that's gonna be checking out for safety issues, just give some notes to help improve safety around the city of Floyd's work area. We're doing a presentation at Head Start next week as well, trying to talk to the parents about just general safety preparedness, emergency preparedness, and handing out flyers. And fire department's been kind enough to give us a few handouts to get out for that. As far as injuries, the risk management, our tort claims, our workers' comp claims are about as average as what it was last year. However, the actual workers' comp injuries, what you would actually call injuries, is actually very minor. About 5 or 6 actual injuries. Everything other than that, cautionary.
All right, thank you. I apologize again. It's gotta pick up a little better. So. If I was back there, you wouldn't be able to see me either. So. All right,
That's that for me, sir.
All right.
Somebody that was hired at the city that you didn't mention, Kelly, was it the code enforcement officer? Is he for your department?
Yes.
That's somebody that we were waiting for, so I was really excited about hearing, and I think he seems to be doing a really good job.
He seems to be on top of it. It's nice to have a 40-hour employee who's focused and dedicated just to that. We really needed it.
Very good, thank you.
yeah, and we gave him some free latitude to kind of learn the job. And then after he'd been on for a little bit, then we kind of gave him some structured approach. And so it has been on social media, but the approach is he's going around and looking at and turning the initial report. But his marching orders really were to look for all the city properties that were out of compliance, to give to the public works director to work on the city stuff first, then commercial properties, and then residential properties. So it's going clean up our own house and things. But that's not to say that, we're going to stop and do this in a lockstep approach. So he's reporting our stuff and then going to next stuff. And while we're working on it, he'll go city, commercial, residential. So that's how we're making it.
Very good. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mayor.
I just had one thing, and I brought it up in the past, and nothing's ever been done about it, but our drainage ditch is full of elm trees. And while you got your saws out, you would go down each side of that for about 1/8 of a mile south, take off all them trees while the leaves are off of them. before they come out next spring and put balloons everywhere. That would be great. And then we could go back through and drill the stumps and poison them and try to get that cleaned up.
Noted. Yes, sir. Davis.
Nope.
Mr. Lopez.
Just the weeds, man. I don't know what to do with the weeds, and you guys don't enforce it. I would like to see who that code enforcement is. Is he going to be pretty tough or not?
Well, I think he's pretty tough. He turned in his first report. Now, he's not gonna abate the weeds. He's gonna report the weeds. And then Pat's team is gonna take care of the weeds and look at taking care of them.
How
So,
are you going to do it, Pat?
What's that?
How are you going to do it?
No, I did it.
I got trees over there by my house across the street. I bet you they're 8 foot high. They're even covering the apartments and everything.
but not, are you talking city property now?
City property, now Massey.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so city property is, Pat will take care of city property. Then the code enforcement officer will focus on commercial properties and then residential. Then on the residential, and then we'll talk about this on another meeting. This is gonna come up later, but Kelly and I are working on a project to
But
help.
you know
people.
what, sir, you need to enforce it because I've been talking about this thing for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And we got them weeds like, I can't even believe it. And one other thing is the dogs. There's all kinds of dogs in the city. Up there, I was in Clovis, my wife calls me and says, where are you? I says, I'm going back home. I said, well, there's a dog over eating another dog behind our yard. I said, it could be that. So I hurried up and I got home. And one of them was eating a chicken. I don't know where the chicken came from. But there's 2 dogs. We call them the dog catcher twice. And they won't get rid of those dogs. And nobody owns them. So they found some food. I'm serious. There's a bulldog there, white, pet bull, and a orange kind of dog, kind of German type dog. They've been there for 2 or 3 weeks. I asked the neighbors who they belong to, and nobody knows. But the code enforcement or the dog catcher, what you want to call them, never seem to be able to get them.
Pesky.
What was that?
So they're pesky. They recognize the truck.
Maybe, or so these aren't things that are unknown. And I'm not asking Kelly to weigh in, but some of the things that we struggle with is when a dog or dogs are reported, because I've gone out there a few times myself. I've gone out at least one time to pick up a dog's carcass and throw it away. Because it was late at night and I didn't expect anybody to be in the dog catcher's truck, but I received it on my city manager's phone, so we went and took care of business. But if 2 dogs are sitting on a porch and they're not tethered and they're not leashed, and there's a person in that house of where the porch belongs, and you go up and ask the person, are these your dogs? And the person says no. Then if the dogs scatter off or whatever, we don't catch them right at the time, we can't really find the person unless there's a way to absolutely confirm the dogs belong to that person. And a lot of time, help me out if I'm wrong, but this happens a lot of times. We go to a residence, dogs are kind of hanging around there. Are these your dogs? Person says no, the dogs scattered in the backyard or whatever. We can only catch one at a time if we catch any. So we can't hold that person accountable, but the neighbors say, yeah, they were always theirs, they must be theirs. And then if you do catch them and whatever, and you're gonna help them, someone has to release them. Someone has to release them to the city. But if the person says, I'm not the owner, I can't release it, it's kind of a quagmire. So we're working on it, but sometimes we're successful and sometimes we aren't. Sometimes people own up to it, sometimes they don't. So it seems simple, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. And the times that people have called me and I've gone out there, the very address where they say there's 2 dogs sitting on the porch, when I get there, there's no dog sitting on the porch. So I'm empathetic to your report and I understand it. And if I'm being completely honest, I've stepped out of my own residence and been held at bay by dogs that I don't know where they come from. So I do understand your plight. But it's not an easy problem to solve, but I can tell you that we're working on it, and when it succeeds, it succeeds. And when it doesn't, we just gotta reattack and go after it the next time and try to catch them and try to find the owners.
I could shoot them, but they won't let me. That would be easy, but you know, it's against the law to do that. But that's the only way you're gonna catch them. They already know what to do. Them dogs. They're smart. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dave. Preston?
Nothing for me, thank
All right. Oscar?
Yeah, I did, thank you, Pat, for becoming the public work director. Maybe, I can visit with you about the waters that spans around Valdez property down Railroad, all the way back down to, the new dog park. If we're gonna have that dog park coming in there, we ought to fix that street. That's been like that for 20 years. And we not making any effort to get it looking good. I made a suggestion that we should look at French trenching. And nothing happened. I haven't heard any report on it. And I really think that's a solution to that problem, is to look into French trenching. And so that we can get that railroad looking good. That's bad. It's really a bad part of our community. And it's ugly and haven't been taken care of. We got businesses over there. And it's just a eyesore to the community. But I'm glad you're the public work director, and I'd like to visit with you. I know you'll take care of it.
That's in my district, Oscar.
I know it's in your district.
Sure.
It's in the city.
And I've been
Good to see
complaining
you.
about it.
All right. Is that all you got, Oscar?
That's all I got.
Veronica?
I just have one thing. I just wanted to say thank you for the roll-off removals. The one that we did speak about on North Avenue A, it is still there. And that was one of the ones of the business that went out of business. So
Okay.
it's just the one on North Avenue A where the house burned.
All right.
I just wanted to report that. That's all I have.
Okay. You know, I got a couple of things tonight. You know, we've heard a lot of Mr. Lentini talking about the streets and all, but I was asked to do a little project last week and working with Mr. Mitten and others. Maybe you don't realize, but we did 21 miles of street repair last year. 19 miles of resurfacing and 2 miles of complete reconstruction. And we've got several million, and when I say several, I'm not talking about 100 or anything like that, of projects planned for the upcoming fiscal year. So, you know, when people say that, we're working on the problem. And I mean, if you think about it, 21 miles was quite a bit of repairs that we resurfaced and did last year. So thank everybody that had to do with that. With regard to the animal shelter, one of the things that Kelly's waiting on, my fault, is, you know, the lieutenant governor gave us $350,000 for that. He asked if he could be here. I texted him Monday morning and asked him for a couple of dates. And I think what we decided, Kelly, is find us a couple of dates that work for you, and we'll just hope that he can plug in for that. But because we need to get that, moving. So let's see. I think you posted this today, but I was going to tell anybody that wants to follow the election. The website is election results, all one word, .sos.nm.gov. And then you just click on which county you want. There's an interactive map there. You just click on the county you want, and it'll post the results for Roosevelt County or wherever else you might be interested in. I know I said something about no advertising, but I'd like to remind everybody of the Methodist Church turkey dinner coming up a week from Thursday. I know, man, that used to be one of the best social events in town for everybody to show up at, and got a lot of people volunteering to make all that happen. So November 13th, it's from 11 to 1:30 and then 5 to 7:30.
Is it eat in or still just carry?
It's eat in, there's eat in, and then you can also call for delivery or call for pickup.
What was the night? Not at night? 5 to
5 to 7:30. So, and lastly, glad somebody mentioned this. Tuesday is Veterans Day, the 11th day on the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. I just want to give a shout out to all the veterans. And I also want to give a shout out to all of their significant others because they also make the sacrifice along with their family members. So let's not forget what the day's about. So, and with that, our next item is to convene into closed session to discuss matters provided for under New Mexico statute, section 10-15-1, paragraph 8-7, meetings subject to attorney-client privilege. I need a motion to go into that.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Cordova. Ms. Schwartz, you call roll.
Yes, sir. Ms. Cordova,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Lopez,
Yes.
Mr. Merrick,
Yes.
Ms. Parker,
Yes.
Mr. Rackler,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Self.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. It's everybody, it was unanimous, so that carries.
I guess I need a motion.
Make a motion to come out of the executive session.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Right. Although only those matters discussed in the motion to go into executive session were discussed. No action was taken, no action was needed. So with that, we're adjourned.